Apologies. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much and for joining us today for the Vets to Manufacturing Virtual Career Fair. We're excited to be here connecting with companies who are actively seeking military affiliated talent. These events were designed to not only help the broader military community better understand the manufacturing industry, but to directly connect your talent with industry hiring managers. So welcome again. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rachel Wolford. I am a director with the Heroes Make America program within the Manufacturing Institute, and I'm going to be your MC today for the event. I oversee the Heroes Make America program, and I'm also based here at Fort Riley in Kansas. So the Heroes Make America program, let me flip to my next slide here. As part of the Manufacturing Institute, our goal is to inspire, educate, and empowering the manufacturing workforce of today and tomorrow. We do that through a variety of training pathways and initiatives such as our Women Make America program, our youth engagement, and the one that you're most interested in today, which is our veteran program. So really focused on supporting the broader military community. So not only our transitioning service members and veterans, but our military spouses as well. So give me just a moment here. Sorry, my computer glitched out on me a little bit, of course. Technology is a blessing and a curse. We're going to keep it moving pretty quickly here, get you to the important stuff. So I won't go into too much detail, but I do want to highlight three main areas that fall underneath the Heroes Make America program. So where we started was our Skill Bridge training program. We have 5 different training programs across the country. 4 in-person and 1 virtual, where we're training transitioning, active duty military service members, veterans, and military spouses in a variety of skills that are needed by the industry. Secondly, we have our Heroes Connect events, which we run almost on a weekly basis, and they are really meant to bring various companies to the military community. So creating that direct pipeline for both our manufacturers and our military community. And then finally, in 2023, we launched our virtual career fairs, and we host both virtual and in-person, depending on our site. So this is our last one of the year. We're really excited. So 2024 will definitely bring more of these. We hope to see many of you there as well. So we're busy. We will drop in a few links in the chat for you to be able to connect with us and see what Heroes Make America has planned. And then I want to take a moment to introduce our team. So we are small, but we are mighty. So at the top there, you see Herb, Amy, and myself. So we're the Heroes leadership team. And then we also have Katie, Tony, Lauren, and Marvin, who support our various training programs across the US. And then of course, Renee, who we couldn't do events like this without her. She is our systems administrator and really is key to our data and backend processes. So I think right now they are dropping some of our linked information in the chat so you can connect with us and join us for future events. Whew, I know that was quick. That was a lot of information. But without further ado, I want to move on to our main feature, the companies who are here to talk with you all. We're going to have each of our premier employers that you see listed here come on and do a brief introduction so that you know who they are before even going into a breakout room. Oftentimes, a company name may not tell the whole story. Don't judge a book by its cover. All of these companies make tons of cool and very important products to make our world function. So we're going to lead off with our good friend Amy from Atlas Copco.
All right, awesome. Welcome and hello to everyone. Good morning. So happy to be here. I have attended, some previous events, and it's just always been an absolute pleasure. But again, just to give a little bit of background on myself, my name is Amy Spansky, and I am currently the technical talent recruiter for our Industrial Technique and Automated Assembly division. Now, we're going to kind of walk through a brief overview of Atlas Copco, simply because it's probably the best company you have never heard of. So, Rochelle, I'm ready to go to my next slide. Awesome. So with that being said, of course, people always wonder, who is this company? And then the second question is always, what in the heck do you guys do? What is your product line? So obviously across the board here, you can see that some of these graphics have changed. just to kind of display some of our innovations that we have brought into the manufacturing world. We kind of call ourselves a global conglomerate of manufacturing companies that do specialize in a variety of different types of industrial ventures, anything from compressors to industrial tooling, compressed air, construction rentals, anything like that. You name it, we probably have had our hands in it. We also do include a couple other pictures here too, just because people go, oh, manufacturing, it doesn't always have the most glorious or enticing type of, image that comes to mind. But of course, we always like to include things like our renewable energies as well as our space ventures, simply because our tools do allow us to enter into a number of different industries. So I'm also ready to go to the next slide again. Excellent. And then of course, you're probably wondering again, if you're still not convinced about Atlas Copco is like this massive brand name, again, we may not be so well known within, typical daily life or even within the home. However, I always love to share this graphic here because each of these little dots that we actually have on here kind of represent some of the products that you may have within your home that were probably assembled with some of our tooling here in one shape or form of another. So we've done things like TVs, we've done things like medical devices, cell phones. If any of you are an iPhone user, we do have Atlas Copco fasteners in those. And fun fact, there is about 75 fasteners that goes into one actual phone. So very cool stuff that we do work with here in a lot of different industries, again, just to help you guys kind of get an idea of what you could do. If there's an industry that speaks to you, we've probably got a job for you within that industry. All right, next slide, please. All right, so I always know that this slide's a little bit busy, but again, I've been to a couple of the on-site career fairs this year, and this slide in general, where it says compressor, vacuum, industrial, and power technique, these are the 4 business lines that we currently have within our company here. And again, that is just how we kind of break down. We actually have 23 divisions throughout the entire company. So again, I've had people come into my interviews saying, oh my gosh, what company are you? I've seen all these different names. Fact is, all of these different logos that you see here are actually brands that are companies that Atlas Copco has acquired. So again, this helps us continue to break into brand new markets, as well as, merge with new companies to continue ourselves and build us up as kind of this one-stop shop for manufacturing. So that is a little bit about us. And with that, I'm ready to go to the next slide. All right. So again, of course, we're always wanting people to come stop in, say hello, join us in our breakout session because I will be taking a little deeper dive regarding the company as a whole, and then especially taking a dive into the division or the business line that I personally support, which is the Industrial Technique division. So with that, again, I am the recruiter for that division, and I do have my jobs posted in there via link and QR code. We'll talk about what we've got available, when we're hiring. We offer relocation packages to veterans that are hired into these roles. And then, of course, from there, I'll go ahead and share all these links with you and just go ahead and have a nice conversation from there. So hope to see you all in my breakout room. Very excited to have you here. And of course, be a part of the team. Thank you.
Thanks, Amy. Appreciate you being here today. All right, at this time, I'm going to flip it over to Sheila with Cargill.
Thanks, Michelle. I actually have Doug Bowers and myself presenting today. So Doug, I'll hand it over to you.
Thanks, Sheila. Good morning, everybody, and thank you all for your service and everything you've done for our country. Always want to start there with everybody, and so I myself, Doug Bowers, I work for 10 years now. I've worked for Cargill as a retired Army warrant officer. I was a ground maintenance warrant officer, and for the last 10 years, I've worked in Cargill as a maintenance supervisor. Today, I work as a machine expert across our oilseed business, and so I have followed a path many of you are looking to go, and highly recommend Cargill, but also this program. I've seen great success from it. So thanks for everybody who puts all the effort into that. So looking at Cargill, as it says here, and I think this aligns great with what we do as veterans, or what we've done. You know, our purpose is to nourish the world in a safe, responsible, and sustainable way. You look at the company, we're a global company with over 155,000 employees, operate in over 70 countries, and have been in business for over 150 years. Next slide, please. So one of the things that comes up when you look at this is Cargill. You don't, when you go to the store, you don't see a lot of things that say Cargill on the front of it. However, Cargill's a huge ingredients company, and you look at this plate in front of you here, which you know, maybe not a typical breakfast, but there are components from what Cargill does and produces in every one of these things. So as you, on average, you know, Cargill employee, or you know, a person will, on average, will eat somewhere between 7 to 10 things that are produced from a Cargill ingredient every day. So if you look here, you know, we're corn, soybeans, turkeys. The season's coming up for turkeys, and so when you see a lot of those turkeys in the supermarket, there's a great possibility to come from either being fed from Cargill products or was actually raised and processed from a Cargill plant. Sheila?
Sure, next slide, please. So I'm Sheila Jessen. I'm the military and veteran recruiter for Cargill. I have also been at Cargill for about 10 years after 21 years in the Air Force and the little time in the Minnesota Army Guard and the Minnesota Air Guard. So I am your go-to person as you're looking at careers at Cargill, and you can scan that QR code and schedule time right on my calendar as we're speaking today. You can also take a picture of the slide and see a link to our careers website, so you can go check those out today or later. But just to give you a little idea about Cargill, so as Doug said, we're all around the globe, but in the US, we have over 600 openings currently, and we're located in many of the states across the country. So hopefully there will be a Cargill plant near you where you're headed, or if you're open to relocation, that's great too. And we have jobs in all types of manufacturing roles, such as operations, production supervisors, supply chain, but also HR roles and environmental health and safety, and all kinds of different job families that you'll see kind of in this little picture here. So definitely we look forward to seeing you in the chat room this afternoon and this morning. And thank you for your service, and looking forward to talking to you more. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Sheila. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Shannon from Caterpillar at this time. I think we're going to lead with a video, right, Shannon?
Absolutely.
All right, well, I'll get that started here. I'm going to apologize, guys. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a moment so I can go back in and make sure that you have sound and audio. Uh-oh.
Excellent. A little catchy music, wake everyone up this morning. As Rochelle said, my name is Shannon Bisping. I'm one of the talent partners with Caterpillar. Um, and first things first, there's pretty important holidays coming up. First, probably one of the most important birthdays in the world, Marine Corps birthday. We're going to be a whole 248 years old real soon. And then Veterans Day just past that. With that said, Caterpillar does deeply care about the military community, right? So on behalf of Caterpillar, myself, and I have a partner today, Rochelle, we want to thank you, of course, for your service and your sacrifice. And we're committed, right, to supporting the military inside and outside of our walls and our virtual sphere. Caterpillar ultimately wants to see every veteran, spouse, member of the military community land well, whether it's with us or somewhere else that makes sense, right? So at a high level, right, Caterpillar operates through three primary segments: construction industries, resource industries, energy and transportation, and then our financial products is kind of an offshoot of that, supporting the financing of those items and the services for the same, right? Our purpose today, right, is we just want to help you succeed. So we have pretty targeted opportunities that we're looking for today. So roles in Lafayette, Indiana, around frontline leadership, automation of machine tools, those machine tool repair opportunities. We're also looking for maintenance people inside of South Carolina and or some supply chain opportunities throughout central Illinois. And we're happy to talk about other opportunities. If there's something a little more interesting, just stop and see me and Rochelle in our breakout room. We'll be happy to engage with you.
Thanks so much, Shannon. Appreciate you guys being here as well. So at this time, we're going to turn it over to Anne with Covestro.
Thanks, Rachel. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here and be talking to you about Covestro and all of our opportunities that we have for you to take advantage of. So a little bit of an introduction for myself right now. So I'm coming to you from Pittsburgh, which is where our North American headquarters is located. And I'm one of our senior talent acquisition specialists. I'm joined today by one of my colleagues, Kristen Wilmus, as well. But Rachel, you can head to the next slide where I'll kind of get into a little bit more details around us. So some of you might be saying, Covestro, who are you? What do you do? At the highest level, we are a leading supplier and producer of premium polymers as well as high performance plastics in the US. So we're a B2B organization, so you're not going to just go to the store and grab our materials and solutions off the shelves, but you are most likely at this point in time within 6 feet of a Covestro product. So that's going to look like the adhesive of your tennis shoes, the foam insulation of your refrigerator, the dashboard of your vehicle. So our materials are going into a multitude of different industries, everything from automotive, construction, healthcare, electronics, sports and leisure. So you name it, we have some sort of footprint within that industry. We are a global organization. So we've got about 18,000 employees around the world. Specifically here in the US, we've got 13 sites that I'll go over in just a little bit. But really what's leading us is our mission and our vision. So we're really trying to drive innovation and drive growth through our products and through our technologies, all with the foundation of benefiting society and having a positive impact on the environment, which leads to our vision of being fully circular. So once our materials and our solutions go into our customers' hands, what does that full life cycle look like? So for instance, once the foam goes into your mattress, what does that mattress full life cycle look like all the way, cradle to grave, essentially? And then the values that we hold ourselves to as well as what we're looking for in that next hire is going to be someone who is curious. So we don't settle for the status quo. So we look for individuals who are consistently striving and driving to that next great solution and that next great innovation, as well as someone who's courageous. I think that definitely embodies the military and the veteran community. So you guys kind of hit it right on the head with that value there that we always hold ourselves to as well. And then colorful. So that comes to the optimistic outlook that we have and the ways that we use our resources to really make sure that everything that we're doing is done through the lens of diversity. So making sure that we've got everyone at the table, all of our employees' thoughts and actions are really brought to the forefront through that colorful value. And what you can see our business segments look at or look to are our performance materials. So that's going to include pretty much your standard polycarbonates, urethane components, different chemicals as well. And then we have our solutions and our specialties. So that's going to fall into 6 different entities, from engineered plastics, coatings and adhesives, some different tailored urethanes, and things like that. But Rachel, if you go to that next slide, I can show you kind of where that falls into line with some of our opportunities and our locations. So what you'll see here is a representation of where you can find us in the US. So you can see most of it's kind of, Northeast, but we do have some great presence within the Houston area. So Baytown and Channelview, Augusta, Georgia, and then through the 13 sites that we have in the US, most of them are our production sites. So those are the positions that we're looking for with production operators, maintenance technicians, process engineers, quality engineers, electricians. So a lot of great diversity amongst the opportunities in those production sites. We also have some research and development sites, which we hire for some scientists and different engineering capabilities. And then, like I said, here in Pittsburgh, which is where I'm at, we've got our North American headquarters, which has our corporate functions, but also has some research and development functionalities as well. And then we've got a smaller site that's in Washington, D.C. that houses all of our government affairs. So that wraps up my presentation for you today, but I'm looking forward to speaking to you a little bit more and getting further detailed in our breakout room later.
Thanks so much, Anne. So at this time, I'm actually going to turn it over to Andrea with Hill Phoenix.
Good morning. My name is Andrea Jackson, and I am an HR generalist here at Hill Phoenix. On the line also with us is my coworker, Catherine Osborne. Dover Food Retail partners with customers seeking to create unique food experiences while utilizing sustainable refrigeration technologies and displays. Employing the capabilities of industry-leading brands, Anthony, Hill Phoenix, and Advancor, we provide insight and a comprehensive portfolio of innovative solutions that enable our customers to sell more food, more profitably, and more responsibly. Dover Food Retail is the culmination of the merger of Phoenix Refrigeration Systems, Hill Refrigeration, Tyler Refrigeration, Barker Company, Advancor, and Anthony. Our combined industry experience exceeds 300 years. We are a market leader in refrigeration systems, food display cases, glass door systems, and specialty glass. Next slide, please. We have 12 facilities. Our home office is located in Conyers, Georgia. We have manufacturing facilities and customer service centers across Georgia, Virginia, Iowa, California, Arizona, and Denmark. Our research and development lab is located in Bangalore, India. We have 53 authorized U.S. dealers, including Publix, Walmart, Dollar General, Aldi, Wegmans, Costco, and Wawa. We build numerous cases, including open multi-deck, reach and door, utility, and island cases. You see these cases in many of the food stores that you frequent. Our parent company, Dover Corporation, is a Fortune 500 company. Dover Food Retail is the largest operating company of Dover Corporation. Since 2012, $228 million were invested in Dover Food Retail. The largest of that investment is in, the largest investment in all of Dover Corporation is in Richmond, Virginia, at our Plant 2 location here. This investment of $42 million built our automated assembly system. Our service operations are also housed at the Plant 2 location. They provide parts to repair all of our cases, including those that are retired. Next slide, please. We are currently hiring for multiple roles, including assemblers, engineers, inventory control clerks, logistics specialists, machine operators, material handlers, painters, refrigeration technicians, team leads, and welders. Our benefits start on day one, and they include medical, dental, vision insurance, the health spending account, the flexible spending account, wellness and employee assistance programs. You have company paid life insurance, long-term and short-term disability insurance, and you also will have a 401k available with a company contribution. We foster a sense of belonging, engagement, and empowerment for our veterans and their families through our Veterans Resource Group. Our Veterans Resource Group allows veterans to meet up with one another, collaborate, and learn from each other. Our next event is actually happening on Veterans Day at the American Legion here in Sandstone, Virginia. So if you're in the Richmond, Virginia area, we'd love to talk to you about being at that event when we go into the breakout. So we're excited to speak to you about our company, the open opportunities that we have, and answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, at this time, we're going to turn it over to Ebony with Johnson & Johnson.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ebony Harding, and I am a military talent sourcer at Johnson & Johnson. Prior to Johnson & Johnson, I did 23 years in the Air Force. I retired in 2020 and was picked up for Johnson & Johnson through direct hire in 2021. So I'm super excited to talk to you guys about Johnson & Johnson and support this event for two main reasons. One, I'm a veteran, and this is a space that is near and dear to me, especially for transitioning veterans and the military community. Also, because a lot of people in the military don't consider Johnson & Johnson as a viable option for employment after retirement. A lot of people think Johnson & Johnson is, oh, they do shampoo or healthcare products, but we're more than just that. And we also appeal to the military. Next slide, please. One thing that definitely drew my attention was after the military, it's kind of hard to find something that or feel a sense of purpose, right? Because we've been supporting this great mission, and not only those that serve in the military, but those that serve alongside of us, like our spouses or kids. We've been supporting this great mission. How do we translate or contribute to something else once we leave the military? Well, Johnson & Johnson is the exact same thing, a mission with a company with a great mission and purpose. We have our credo that has been in place since 1943. It's our guiding principles, and I also believe this is why we have such a successful business. We believe that when you take care of the community, by taking care of the community, we also serve, including our employees, and there will be success that follows. We are a company that consists of over 152,000 employees across the globe. So you can find something somewhere within our company. Next slide. Our support ranges from, after we broke off, we recently did a reorg to where we have a separate consumer section. So you no longer see consumer health products associated with Johnson & Johnson. We broke off into two main sectors, pharmaceuticals and medtech. And this slide shows exactly what we do. We have over 25 platforms, and we gross over $1 billion in annual sales. Next slide, please. Another great addition to Johnson & Johnson, or why we're such a great fit for military, is we offer awesome global benefits. from helping us prioritize our physical health and our mental health, something that is huge, having that work-life balance, to understanding compensation with comparable compensation, as well as flex time off and caring for loved ones and their global benefits. And the last slide, please. So I know the question everyone is asking now is, how can they be a part of Johnson & Johnson? Well, I welcome you to join myself as well as our other recruiters and our military sourcing team in our break room to find out more about the opportunities that we're highlighting today, as well as our military pathways. Thank you. And again, this is such a great opportunity, and we are super excited to help everyone transition.
Thanks so much, Ebony. All right, at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. John Buckley with Koch Industries.
Hello, everyone. And let me first say thank you for your service. I know, especially in this environment today, it's a difficult challenge, and we appreciate here at Koch Industries all the sacrifices that you and your families have made in support of our country and our national security. I do want to talk quickly about Koch Industries. It's probably a name that you haven't heard, but when I start talking about some of the companies and the companies' names that make up Koch Industries, you've probably heard some of them. But first, I want to highlight that we are a global company, but we do have about 70,000 employees here in the United States. On probably every given day, we have slightly more than 5,000 open jobs in the United States. And I would tell you that about 2,100 of them are perfectly aligned with military skills. We have, as a matter of fact, an 83% match in our careers to every military career, MOS, AFSC, or rating. In addition to that, we do have opportunities in all 50 states. Now, I have to be clear, we don't have the same opportunities in every state. Some states have a phenomenal number, and some have only one or two, but we do have employment opportunities that probably get you closer to home. And I think another good statistic for Koch Industries is that we fill our roles rather quickly. So we have about a 50-day average of fill time, meaning when we post the requisition to the public and when we fill it. The national average is closer to 90 days. And so on the right-hand side of this chart, you can see some of those skills that I wanted to emphasize in that 2150. You can see that we have operations and manufacturing jobs. These jobs are perfectly aligned with just about any leadership responsibility that you had in the military. Maintenance and skilled trades. We have a tremendous amount of variety in the maintenance and skilled trades arenas, from simple mechanical responsibilities to instrumentation and electronics and multi-craft technicians. So again, we have some great skilled trades and maintenance roles that you can transition directly into. We also have supply chain jobs. We have a smaller number today, but those are constantly advancing and growing as we have internal supply chain responsibilities and external supply chain responsibilities. Information systems and technology, to include cyber. Surprising number of environmental health and safety roles, and they're not all consumed into the EH&S. Sometimes it's just a safety role. Sometimes it's a health role. We even have RNs, and in a few cases, we might have one or two doctor roles. Engineering, business, and then of course, accounting and finance. Please, next chart, Rachel. Another strength of Koch Industries is that we do have a small military recruiting team. Although I think it's misnamed because we aren't necessarily recruiters. Instead, what we really are matchmakers. We can talk to you and learn more about your skills, experiences, interests, and geographical preferences. And then we can connect you with the opportunities and the recruiters. In addition to that, we're coaches and mentors. So we don't just hand you off to a recruiter, but we stay engaged with you. We assist you. We have tools. We have a transition guide, and we can assist you in preparing for interviews, writing resumes, and even coming up with negotiating strategies if required. And the reason we do that is because, one, we do value our military community members. We're also a very noted and notable military-friendly company. We encourage veteran advocacy. So our employees don't just look for hiring veterans, but we also reach out into our local communities and support a lot of different veteran initiatives, programs, nonprofits, and such. And more importantly, because you do need it. Next chart, please. This is our small recruiting team. As I said, we do have some others that are assisting us, that they're stepping up. They're actually recruiters that actually manage requisitions, but they're stepping into the front. And so they're also military recruiters, and we can connect you with them as well. Next chart, please. Let me just say a little bit about myself. Of course, 30 years U.S. Army, retired as an infantryman, all 33 years actually. And then Steve Tillery is a sergeant major in the Alabama National Guard. He's been in the Guard for over 35 years, and he's been working for Georgia Pacific and Koch Industries for 33. So if you want to know something about manufacturing, I can tell you he knows every single thing about it. And then I wanted to show you my information here. If you need to reach out to me, that's my phone number, my email address. We also have a career site that's dedicated just to the military community. And then we do, as I said, have a transition guide. If you ever want to get in touch with us and you forget all that information, please don't forget veterans@kochind.com. If you send a message there, Steve and I will get it and we'll respond immediately. I look forward to having you join me in the breakout rooms.
Thanks, John. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Kristen with Marvin. And Kristen, I believe when I flip to the next slide, it's going to start your video. So are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, I'm Christian and I work at Marvin. My military background is the basis of who I am. I was looking for something to help me be the Marine who wasn't a Marine anymore. Belonging to Marvin feels like I'm part of something. I know that being with Marvin means I'm making a difference in every homeowner's life because of the windows, skylights, and doors that I'm helping to build. Come work with me at Marvin. I think you'll enjoy it. Hi, I'm Christian and I work at Marvin.
All right, Kristen, it's all yours.
Awesome. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Kristen and I'm a talent acquisition partner here at Marvin. I want to start off by thanking all of you for your service and the sacrifices that you have made for this country. Marvin is honored to present opportunities that we have available. So Marvin is a family-owned and family-led window and door manufacturing company. Marvin is currently being led by its 4th generation, and the 5th generation is settling into new roles to learn the company and what makes it a success. In our more than 100-year history, Marvin has never had layoffs, even through the Great Depression and the recession. Our purpose is to imagine and create better ways of living, both for our employees and for our customers. We put people at the center of everything we do. We have a family of brands that serve our customers in various price points and meet their needs based on where they live and the type of environment that they want to create. Some windows and doors are custom made, handcrafted, while others are built through modern technology, engineering efforts, and automation. We offer a variety of positions here at Marvin, and there are endless opportunities in our manufacturing facility where you can work as a production associate, a machine operator or technician, an HVAC technician, a journey worker electrician, manufacturing engineer, and we also have opportunities in our customer service department where you can work as a customer care agent or a sales support representative. Next slide, please. So our team includes more than 7,000 employees across 16 locations in North America. Our headquarters and our largest workforce is in Warroad, Minnesota. So Warroad is a rural town of just over 1,800 people, and it's 7 miles from the Canadian border. Our facility in Warroad has expanded to over 2 million square feet, providing jobs for nearly 1,500 people. Marvin is committed to our community. We are currently working on the addition of new homes and apartment buildings, a new daycare center, and an arts center. We have a beautiful modern school that offers STEM and robotics programs, athletics, music.
You hear about where this is at?
There are many reasons to love Warroad.
Kristen, I believe you're muted.
Yep, Kristen, I think you might have gotten muted.
Oh, sorry. Where did everybody hear me leave off at?
You said there's great reasons to love War Road. I know that that's
yes.
the last thing I heard.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. So one of the reasons, War Road is the only American port on Lake of the Woods. So Lake of the Woods is known as walleye capital of the world. There is trophy fishing all 4 seasons and various restaurants and resorts along the shoreline. War Road is also near 2 state forests, so Beltrami Island State Forest and Pine Island State Forest. Both offer ATV, snowmobile, and hiking trails. There are hunting areas available to the public, and War Road is home to the Riverbend Skate Path and is very well known for being Hockeytown, USA. You can skip to the next slide. So for joining our team, you would be eligible for a sign-on bonus of up to $5,000 and a $1,500 relocation reimbursement. Our benefits do start on day 1, and Marvin also has an on-site clinic and on-site counselors, and we place a large emphasis on employee well-being. To learn more about opportunities and incentives that we offer at Marvin, you can scan the QR code that's on the screen, visit marvin.com/warroad, or you can contact me directly using the email address or phone number listed on the screen, or better yet, join our breakout session. Thank you for listening, and we hope you can see yourself at Marvin.
Thanks, Kristen. I did want to, before I move to my next presenter real quick, I saw someone posting about not being able to see the slides. You may have to change your view, which you can do from your tool kit at the top. So you may have to switch your view there. So I'm going to flip it over now to Matt with Niagara Bottling.
Thank you, Rachel. Good morning, everybody. My name is Matt, and first and foremost, thank you for your service and being here today with us. So a little bit about Niagara and who we are. We are a family-owned private company in the U.S., Mexico, UK, and we have plants in Australia as well. So we started back in 1963 and expanded from a one-man company to now over 8,000 employees with 50 plus plants across the U.S. alone. And you can go to the next slide there. So here's our locations of those 51 plants across North America. You can see the little blue flags are future plants. We have one in New Orleans, one up around Minneapolis, and one in Southern California. So that's just our future plants for 2024, what we plan on opening. All the red dots are currently operating plants. Our green dots are plants that started up as of this year alone. So Niagara plans on opening up 3 to 5 plants every year, and we have this slated out for the next 5 years. Next slide. Let's see. So a little bit about the roles that we have in the company and what we're hiring for. And it's not limited to this list alone. We have stuff that goes way above this list, such as scientists and like development, research, all kinds of stuff there. But the main roles that we're seeing coming out of the military are electromechanics, preventive maintenance, any type of supervisory, which might be logistics, maintenance, warehouse, quality. We have operators. We've had several people come out and just I want no responsibility. I want to go in at the beginning, least amount of responsibility, but I want something to do. They start off as operators and just kind of move their way back up until they feel comfortable where they want to be at. But again, not limited to those roles. We have HR generalists, HR roles. We have remote. I'm currently sitting remote right now, moved up in the company from a maintenance technician to a maintenance supervisor to a talent acquisition partner for Niagara. One of the things I pride myself with in Niagara is I get to work with Rachel and Amy and everybody with Heroes Make America. I am the main point of contact for the Heroes program, but also lead up the military recruiting side for our company. So the thing about Niagara is we have the fastest lines in the world. And what I mean by fastest lines, we have produced 2,800 bottles per minute on some of our equipment. And if you think about that, that narrows down to about 46.5 bottles per second. That's completed bottles. We're fully integrated where we make the preform, we make the bottle, we make the cap. We also fill that bottle, cap it, package it, all in one roof, all under one roof. at 46 bottles per second. It's very fast, very high speed. If you want to see it in action, come step into our breakout room. I will have a video in there, and we'll also have a speaker from Heroes Make America that's currently with us today. You can go to the next slide. Oh, was that my last slide? Okay, there it is. So our mission statement, I always like to share this, and I'm also going to share this in our breakout room. But this is the two owners of the company. So Andy Peikoff on the left, he is the owner that started this in 1963, the very first employee of the company. He still has part to do with this now, and that's his son on the right, who is currently the president of the company. Both big and involved in the company. You're not worried about your CEOs changing or anything like that. So delivering an unbeatable combination of quality, price, and service through hard work and innovation is Niagara's mission statement. That's what makes us who we are. It's through that mission statement there and our people. So we hope to see you in our breakout room today. And again, thank you all for your service.
Thanks, Matt, and apologies for the quick flip between slides. You know, when you're using your mouse, sometimes that roller mouse just keeps on going. So
no worries at all.
All right, and we are going to wrap up with Julie from St. Gobain.
Thank you, Rachel. Hi, everyone. My name is Julie Baccarat. I'm the Director of Recruiting Programs for St. Gobain. If you can go to the next slide, please. So St. Gobain is a manufacturer. We are located in 76 countries, and we mostly manufacture building materials. We were created 350 years ago in France. And so, as you can maybe guess, that's a lot of people that we are hiring and a lot of facilities. But if we focus only on North America, we have about 150 locations and 18,000 people we employ. If you can go to the next slide. So as I said, we mostly manufacture building materials. So everything that you would need for your house, whether it's your gypsum boards or your siding, your roofing, we make. But we also make other products like anything that you would need to work a surface to polish or make it look just a different way. We manufacture those wheels. We also manufacture ceramic materials that I'm gonna actually highlight in the other slide that we use for military equipment. For life science, it's mostly products for medical. Our historical products is flat glass. So we make very special glass for the windshield of the Tesla, for example, or for major buildings, we make those windows. And we also make special technical textile that can auto clean and absorb light and stuff like that. So pretty diverse range of products. But if we go to the next slide, I can show you how some of our products apply on military equipment. So I was telling you the ceramics materials that we have can be applied on your armors, in your equipments in the air or on the vehicles like the Humvees. So basically those products are keeping you safe. If we go to the next slide, please. As you can see, and as I mentioned, we are located in 150 locations, and the company is growing. This is the fastest growing area for St. Gobain Global. And we are located in many states, and you can see the color coding is our different businesses. So what I would invite you to do is go to our breakout rooms. I have a full list of all the open jobs we have, more than 600 in all of those locations. And I know location is important when you transition. So my team and I can help you kind of, do a quick search so that you can target your job research. In our breakout room, I'll be joined by Leland and Brandon. Leland is a recruiter and Brandon is a plant manager in Florida. They are both veterans, so they can definitely share experience and some tips and tricks on how to get hired by St. Gobain. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Julie. Well, so that was a lot of really great information. And I want to take a moment right now just to thank all of those presenters for sharing about their organizations. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit, right? We talk about don't judge a book by its cover. Sure, there were things that you didn't realize were manufactured by all these amazing companies. So there are a lot of companies you didn't get a chance to hear from. And so here in a moment, we're going to go into our breakout rooms. For my employers, I'm going to go ahead and open the breakout rooms if you'd like to move into those. For my job seekers, I want you to hang out here with me for just a moment. We're going to cover down on a couple of things for you while the employers get themselves situated. And then you'll be able to move into those rooms in just a few moments as well. So like I said, employers, you can go ahead and make that shift. Job seekers, hang out here with me for just a second. So let's talk a little bit about the breakout room. So a couple of participant guidelines, okay? Plan for about 8 to 10 minutes per room. You've got about 30 companies that are going to be on with you today. So you got a 2-hour window. So maximize that time however you see fit. If you've identified top employers you want to talk to, visit those rooms, but we'd encourage you to visit them all. You never know what's going to come out of a conversation until you have it, right? Another big thing is turn those cameras on, right? We want to see your face. We want to be able to put a face to a name. Ask those questions in the chat. Drop where you're going to in the chat as well. This is meant to be networking, to be relationship building, right? Drop your LinkedIn in there. Capture that information that they're dropping in the chats. And keep that information moving forward. So now let's talk a little bit on the logistics side of how to navigate those breakout rooms. So you should all have a button that says breakout room, and you can click that breakout room in just a moment. Don't leave me yet. And you'll be able to see a list. We have alphabetized it to try and make it as easy as possible for you to identify those employers you want to engage with. But you'll click a room and you'll be able to go into that room. So it'll have a join option like you see here. When you're done with that breakout room and you're ready to move into the next one, okay, you're going to click, there's an option to click, I'm sorry, somebody's thing popped up in front of me here, where you can choose, once again, click that breakout room and you can click join to go to another room. So that'll allow you to bounce back and forth between those rooms. And then finally, when you're ready to leave a breakout room and come back to the general session. So we will wrap up at about 1:50 Eastern time or 12:50 Central time if you're like me. And we're all going to come back to the general session. So we don't want you to just leave the meeting because we're going to give you some next steps at the end of the event. So what you'll do is you're going to click that blue leave room button. And it's going to give you these options here, leave meeting or leave breakout room. Don't choose leave meeting because it'll take you completely out, but you can always come back. But choose that leave breakout room and it will bring you back to the session. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip back over here to this slide. We're going to keep this here. I'm going to remain in the general session here. So if you have any questions, you're having any issues getting into breakout rooms, come back in here and let us know. We'll be happy to help you navigate that. But now's the chance. Now's the opportunity to go engage directly with those employers. So feel free to click that breakout room option and start having those conversations with those employers that we have here today. And don't be afraid. I promise they're waiting to welcome you in there.
Hi, Rochelle. This is Isaac. My camera doesn't work. I broke it.
That's okay.
But, I have an appointment to go to right now. It's physical therapy.
Okay. No worries. I'll get you the list of employers after the event.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Okay, Rachel?
Yes.
I was going to say, my screen is not showing me the icon for going into the breakout rooms.
Does it give you a button that says more and has like 3 dots?
It does.
If you click that, there should be a button list that drops down and you should be able to see breakout rooms.
Gotcha. My eyes were just scanning too quickly. I was like, I don't see it there either. But yeah,
No, don't worry. Sometimes too, depending on the screen, you can lose it and it makes you a little nervous.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Rachel. I have it. I don't have the breakout room. I have the 3 dots, but it only gives me the option for like meeting settings, background effects, and disconnect audio.
Interesting. Is there a specific company that you were looking to go into? And maybe I can help get you into that room. Oh, did I lose you?
Oh, I accidentally muted myself again. I apologize. Sorry. Johnson & Johnson. It was the one in the beginning. It started with a C.
Was it Cargill or Caterpillar or Covestro?
Covestro.
Okay. What is your first name? Sorry, it's not popping you up on the screen for me.
April.
April. Oh, why are you not in my list here, April? Let me take a look.
I don't know.
Hey, Rachel, I'm also, this is Renee. April, you might, I think the one you might be hitting is the 3 dots beside your name. If you'll look at the bottom of your screen, do you see the 3 dots or something that says more and 3 dots there? Oh, now where did she go? I think we did lose April now.
No, I'm having the same issue. I don't have it.